Hey everybody, it's Dan, your host here, Dan's Reviews, and today we're going to be doing our review for Fear the Walking Dead Season 3, Episode 11, called Snake. Wow, this was a very... Man, this episode was really not hyped for what it was. This was a really great episode of Fear the Walking Dead, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to have their different opinions, but... Me personally, I wasn't quite feeling the show after episode 9. It was just kind of dull, to be honest, after episode 9. Episode 10 stepped it up a little bit, but this episode really, really was awesome. This was perfect. This is exactly the kind of episode I needed to get back into Fear the Walking Dead. I did enjoy episode 10 as well. I thought episode 10 was great, but episode 9 was very weak. I'll say that, to be honest. But not only was this a fantastic episode, but next week's episode looks really, really good. So maybe even better than this one. So they are really, keeping the pace now and getting better per episode. And I really, really have been enjoying it. So as long as they keep up this kind of pace, I'm happy because this is what this show needs. These kind of episodes right here. So, as you guys can see, I named it Great. Yes, I think this is a great episode. For Fear the Walking Dead standards, this is a great episode, in my opinion. But the thing I'm kind of hesitant about, though, and this is really the only thing, is that I still think they could have shown maybe a little bit of the ranch and maybe a little bit, kind of to mix it up a bit, but I still enjoyed what they gave us. So, let's get started where they go underground, right? They go underground. We see the part from the sneak peek. They go underground, under the sewer tunnels. At first, there's not too much going on. They're in there, it's kind of intense. You don't know if there's, walkers. You can see that they're clearly on the ground because they can see them, in the ground. And it's pretty cool, but the only thing is that, when they're walking around, it's like, okay, what are we going to get for this episode? And then we get a really awesome walker kill from Madison, and it was really awesome. And they had to just kill their way through until they made their way to the dam, which was really, really cool. So then they get to the dam, and then, of course, when that happens, Daniel is the one who finds them, and, he's like, is Ophelia alive? And, they kind of catch up for a couple minutes, and then what happens is, of course, we get, which actually, I was expecting Madison to kind of just be like, whoa, Daniel, like, what? When she meets him, but Strand kind of told her before, which I didn't think he was going to do. Yeah, really, really weird, but I guess that's the direction they wanted to go. I just thought it would have been a better route for them to go that way, but, for her to just kind of be surprised when she sees him, because that's the interpretation I got when she saw him in the clip in the trailer. I'm like, oh man, Strand didn't tell her, she kind of just ran into him. So that's the kind of take I got on it, but, they went this route, which I thought was okay, but, anyway, so he brings them to the dam, and right away, I don't even know her name, the girl who is, in charge of the entire, water system, whatever, she's just like, no, you're trying to save your city, I'm trying to save my, my city, it's that kind of deal, Daniel's trying to help, but of course Madison is kind of saying, like, what do I do? What do I do? Like, we have only 6 weeks of water left, and you're not even giving us a chance. We could make off a trade system, and all this stuff, and it's just kind of, she just keeps saying no. Lola, that's her name. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. But I believe her name was Lola. She was also on the Talking Dead thing after Fear the Walking Dead, which was pretty cool. But anyway, so yeah, she keeps saying no, and I was like, oh my god, just make an exception. You have tons of water. Like Madison said, you had a whole damn lake. Like seriously, what is up with that? And she's just kind of rambling on, and it's just, we get the idea after a long speech of her saying no, it's not going to happen. So, and it doesn't. It does, but it takes a while before it actually happens. So then we get the part where they're staying there, and I like when Daniel goes to talk with Walker about Ophelia, and, he's just like, you can just tell he's just like, really? Ophelia did all that? She poisoned people and, like, all that stuff, and he's kind of shocked by it. But Walker didn't make it very clear that she poisoned, Madison's group, and I'm pretty sure that Daniel would not be that impressed about that. So I wish he kind of would have, talked a bit more, but they kind of kept the conversation short and it ended very quickly. But I enjoyed it for what it was, and I was kind of waiting to see that kind of scene. So between Daniel and Walker and them kind of meeting for the first time, and because they both, they both have a strong connection. Well, of course, Daniel, it's his daughter, but Walker's a very strong connection to Ophelia as well because he saved her. And Daniel does appreciate that, but he's wondering why she's doing all these weird things, as you guys can probably tell while you watch the episode as well, just like me. So now we get the part where they're at. Yeah. Oh man, this part though, I gotta say, frustrated me when Madison's just like, you always find a way to protect your kids. You have that line, right? But then after that, you just see this part where they're just like, oh, okay, no, yeah, we'll make off a trade system. I'm just like, are you kidding me? But why'd you keep saying no and now you're saying yes? I'm just like, what? But anyway, so then we get Walker and Madison. He said, you lied to me, there are consequences. And he basically said he was going to kick out Madison in the group. And I'm like, what? Like, whoa, that took a turn. And I'm like, oh man, they're going to leave the ranch. What are they going to do? And then you kind of get the idea at the end of the episode that they're probably not going to leave the ranch because, Walker got the water. You remember at the end, of course, he's walking and, he's like, you thirsty? And Walker kind of like, it's kind of just like, the end of the episode, you kind of just get the idea that Walker's like, all right, these guys can stay. They kind of saved me from dehydration. But, the thing is, though, is that he said that there was consequences. I'm like, well, okay, so clearly they're going to be kicked out, and that's what I thought. And then you see the end of the episode, that you're like, oh no, they're not going to get kicked out. But then you see the promo for next week, and you see this huge Walker herd in the, around the area of the ranch, and you're just like, oh man, So I'm not, it kind of makes people not really sure about what's going to happen there. But anyway, really, really awesome stuff. We get the huge, truck explosion, which was definitely the highlight of the episode for me. I loved it, with the walkers on fire and everything like that. They actually showed how they made it and all that stuff, so that was really, really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah, that's what happened there. So really, really cool. That was definitely the peak of the episode, and I liked it when they were about to take off, and he's like, can you bring me back Ophelia? So we'll have to see when they make the trade if Ophelia is alive, because it is that kind of show. Maybe what they could do is in the next couple episodes kill off Ophelia, which would make sense, and then, when they go to make the trade, Daniel, he was not able to get to her, and he'll probably always regret that. I think that's where they're going, to be honest. That's just a prediction I have, but you guys can all write comments about that. So, write in the comments below if you enjoyed this episode. I thought this episode was really, really great. Next week looks pretty good as well, and I will do a predictions video. I don't do predictions videos usually for an episode of Fear. I gave up on that. But this time I am going to do one because the promo looks really good. And after an episode like this, I will do a predictions video. It may be today, maybe tomorrow, who knows. But I will do a predictions video for the next episode of Fear the Walking Dead because we only have a good few left. So, and then we're into Walking Dead, which I'm so excited for. So, this episode was really great. So far the best of this half, in my opinion, of this half season. And we'll have to see what the next episode has to offer. So, alright guys, hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys later on Dan's Reviews.